Gods and goddesses, it is time for your second semi-final of the day. Please make some noise for Oni Warriors.
Showing up 3-man ult, the triple taunt in the backline. It's adapting to the sky and Pagon charging ult. It misses everybody though, and that might be the call off from the Warriors to bail out of the fight.
Man, these fights are on the knife's edge. Both teams going for...
I can't see what this is about. Where the fuck is everyone?
Hello guys and welcome SMITE fans. Today we're reviving a SMITE World Championship game, semi-final game, Atlantis Leviathan vs Oni Warriors. And I really wanted to make this video to give another perspective on these SMITE Pro games, you know. In fact, SMITE Pro League, you know, SMITE tournaments were so much better 7 years ago when we actually had official online tournaments. We had rankings, right, where players actually deserved their spot. They played for their spots. But now most of these players here are honestly just handpicked. So, and most of these guys are from North America. So we barely have any passionate international players or console players or EU players, you know. Sometimes these guys forget that EU is actually the biggest region, but hey. And we have Fine OK, Adapting, Shento, Ronyu, Panda Cat versus Solo or Troll, Pantheon, Pigon, Genetics, and Nitriot. Okay, so let's see, you know.
Speaking up, so the only line wrong, you and Panda Cat attached at the hip. This Aphrodite.
Now let's check some of their builds, okay? One of the problems with SMITE Pro League is that the meta of SMITE SPL is actually quite a lot slower than casual meta. I mean, it's not casual because people are not competitive, it's just that we have ranked and unranked, you know, it doesn't really matter. But I think one of the biggest issue is that I would say there were always, you see, this is why SMITE was always so fun, because we wanna see who's the best. And then you have Europe and you have North America competitive spirit and you have different meta, right? And if we check some of the items built here, right, we can see a lot of stacking items like Book of Thought, we can see tapes. They don't even go Watcher's Gift on supports for that early game sustain, which is actually really important, alright? It seems like that North America meta is quite slower compared to EU meta. Is this because they lack competition? Is this because they don't actually know how to play the game? Right? There are many theories we could make here. You know, War Flag is actually very similar to Sentinels, give starter item and support. It just provides better buff and it is actually, it provides less sustain. But you know, the whole point of starter item is to get stats in early game, so you can actually survive early game, right? And we can actually see both of these team compositions.
Not jump away. He doesn't have the ability to, and he certainly doesn't.
We can actually see both teams have 3 physical god compositions, so they mostly have physical damage. So the question here begs, why are support not building sovereignty in early game? Right? Why are we still buying tapes? And tapes is one of those items that seems very good on paper, but in practice it doesn't really work well, especially in snowbally game modes like Conquest or Joust. Because those early protections, those early 15 protections from sovereignty have much bigger impact, much bigger value at 5-minute mark than they do at 15-minute mark. Not only because we are playing against 3 physical compositions, but also because most of the junglers rely on flat pin in early game. So this is one, in my opinion, this is one of the biggest problems of a lot of these teams. You have solo laners who don't know how to use their advantage to help their team or to apply pressure. You have a lot of these support players who barely know how to build, and they're not really good shot callers. Support is arguably, in my opinion, the most important role, because you are the guy who is a shot caller, right? But if we just check some of their builds on supports, they always go, just look at these items, right? They always go these slow stacking items like tapes or prophetic cloak that you need 15 minutes to even stack it. Against any good team that knows how to get value out of it, know how to play well, play fast, you're gonna lose early to mid game, which means you're gonna lose the whole game because you're just gonna get out leveled. And not only these supports didn't even go Sentinel's Gift for early game support, they went slow stacking items, not so Virginity, they don't buy Shogun, the support is not buying Shogun to help clear objectives faster, to help animation cancel faster, right? And even some of these solo laner builds are quite questionable at best, right? Why we go healing items on solo laners, where anti-heal is so strong in this game? What is this item on fine? Okay, first item, I don't even know what this item is. Why would you go Oni over Shogun Kuzari when Shogun Kuzari is 3 times better item, right? So then you ask yourself, are these guys really the best? And deep down, we all know these guys are not really the best, right? How can you expect them to be the best when they literally just got handpicked and they have been sleeping on most of their competition for years? International players, EU players, console players, arena players. A lot of these players know more about the game than they ever did. Because most Conquest players only rely on snowballing and using meta items to get ahead. That's why we barely see any counter building in most Conquest games. That's why there is more counter building in typical arena game than it is Conquest, you know. And let's check some of these. I want to check some more of these builds. Okay, we have here like typical Susano build, you know, flat pin items, Hydra, okay. A lot of these mages. I don't really understand why a lot of these mages go Book of Toothrush when it's such a slow item. I mean, yeah, it might work in SPL games because North America meta is so much slower than the rest of the world, but even that's not good. That's why we always bought flat pin items, and so you can actually get that early game going. If you go Boot of Tooth, in most fast meta games, you're just gonna get punished by the enemy jungler, really. And if you need mana that much, you can always go Valor, especially because you are playing against 3 physical composition when they mostly have physical damage, you know. Even though lately Kairos added a lot of these broken solo lane items like X, Contagion, Glacial that also have magical damage for some reason, so it's almost impossible to counter build them. It's not like it wasn't enough they have level it each game, you know. MOBA MMORPGs were always designed around numbers. 2-3 level difference is everything in these such games, and that's a problem. Let's also check some of these support builds, right? Warflag, Tapes, Spectral might be good. I mean, is Spectral even worth it only against 1 critical? I don't think so. Warflag is okay. I mean, Warflag is not even that good in Conquest because you're usually not even grouped up. Warflag has so much more value in Arena or Assault, but not in Conquest where you rotate constantly, right? If you're gonna buy Warflag, or if you're gonna buy that eye starter on support against somebody who goes Sentinels, Watcher's Gift in early game as a support, you're just gonna get out-traded and you're gonna lose the lane. That's why we always watch Watcher's Gift in every support. And then we go Virginity, we go Shogun Kuzari, Virginity to counter physical damage, to counter junglers, flat pin items. Then we buy Shogun Kuzari so we can clear objectives 2 times faster. You see, not a single one of these support guys bought Shogun Kuzari. And support is supposed to be the guy who is a good shot caller, right? And yeah, we have these ADCs with these broken items, you know, they don't even need to play good, they just have these broken items, right? And how did they even let Todd in the game? Like, Todd should be banned, man. Like, Jesus, Todd is so overbuffed, is so broken. It's just frustrating game Harris design, you know, they buffed Todd for no good reason. There was literally no reason to buff him. He was already so oppressive in Conquest, right? And what really pisses me off about SMITE Pro League, of League of Legends or Dota Pro League, is that real passionate players never play on these Pro Leagues. It almost feels like a lot of these Pro Leagues are just handpicked players so they can get more following on social media. Literally any popular SMITE content creator made their career that way. It's not, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with them if they would actually earn it. But no, they literally half of them got handpicked, and there's so many passionate players who love your game but have no chance to ever prove it. That's why reason why esports has been dying, because we have this capitalism society where only 10% of the guys at the top who either got handpicked or use bots on social media, only those guys can make anything out of it. And anybody else who is passionate about this game, who loves this game, who put effort into making videos for this game, gets nothing out of it. That's why everything has been dying now for years now. That's why League of Legends has been dying. Dota, you know? That's why if you go on Twitch, only guys who appear at the top are guys who use bots or guys who got handpicked for Pro Leagues. And then people think you are one of the best. You don't even need to be one of the best. People think you are one of the best. And then you get countless more followers on social media. And when you get fast success like that, that only boosts your ego. But when you grow slowly, this is what boosts your character and this is what makes a man. But these guys are never really the best, because they have been ignoring most of their competition for years now. They don't care about their competition. All they care is about, yeah, we got into SPL, now we're gonna make money out of it. And that's it, they all live in a bubble. That's why every time you criticize some of these guys, YouTubers or these pro players, they always just ban you from their channel. Because they don't wanna hear the real talk. They don't wanna hear the criticism. They don't care about you as a passionate player, you know? And that's the problem, so why would anybody even watch these games? And on top of that, you're ignoring Arena. Arena will be easily the most popular game out in Smite, if you will actually have some basic rank functionality, leaderboards, a more than 7-year-old updated map, you know, actual tournaments. But these guys are all clueless, you know. Let's watch another game now. Let's check some of these builds. You know, I don't even need to see them how they play. I can literally just watch their builds and know how good they are, right? Let's see. Rajin, they have double mage. Okay, so some magical protection is good on solo laner, I guess. I don't even understand why you go Glad Shield. You don't even need to go both Glad Shield and Shogun, right? And these guys never buy anti-slow, right? Any build that only relies on attack speed, you can literally just buy anti-slow against them and there's nothing they can do, you know. But this guy never played against on a top level, you know, that's the problem. But actually the people who know how to counter build and so on. That's why I feel like we're so desperately missing old casters like DM Brandon, because he actually understood the game, he loved it, he talked about counter building. This is what makes Smite fun and diverse, no, you know. So the right team had, let's see. Oh, they also had double mage composition. Very interesting. You don't see, you know, double 3 magical composition in most conquest games, you know. That's why he should. I mean, his build is pretty good. This Athena support, who's played this Athena? Wrong you. Okay, his build is quite good, even though there is no reason to go tapes. And there is no reason for his early game sucks, okay? His middle items are good, you know, he go Valor for cooldown, he go Shogun for attack speed aura, which is very good. There is no reason to really go tapes. Okay, maybe since they have like, you know, 2 mages, 2 physicals, maybe tapes, you know, okay, it's okay. But you could actually just go Stone of Binding for early game pressure, you know. You could go Sentinel's Gift or Warflag as a starter and it will be much, much better. You have flight pin items, you know, just typical builds, you know. You have cooldown, Book of Tooth, okay, pretty okay, not bad. You have this Ganesha support, Ganetics. You know, I know, like this guy plays well, but his builds were always outdated, right? He didn't almost buy a single good support item here. I mean, Warflag is okay, even though Sentinel's Gift is probably better. He didn't buy Shogun, he didn't buy Voidstone to buff their double mage they have in their team, right? He didn't go, let's see, I don't even know why he go Relic Dagger. Like, maybe if you go Relic Dagger by Witchblade, if they had 3 physicals, it would be good, but they have double mage, so it makes no sense, you know? Like, what's the point? I don't understand. Let's see. We have Rajin here and we have Baba Yaga. Don't be that guy that just rushes Book of Tooth on every game in middle lane. You're just gonna get punished, right? But these guys didn't really have good junglers, so okay, he maybe was okay, you know. Overall, very bad support builds in most of the cases, and probably a bad shot callers. Let's see their team composition. Double mage here, okay, game 1. You have 3 magical composition, again, very interesting. We have Thor. You see, let's check game 1. Okay, let's check game 1 here. Thor is gonna get ahead. And because enemy support Nox didn't buy Sovereignty against Thor, he buy this slow tapes item, he needed 15 minutes to even stack it, right? And at this point, once you stack tapes, it's already too late. Those 10 protection aura at 10 minutes doesn't mean anything. That's what most of these guys don't understand. They don't consider time and state of the game they're in. So Virginity 15%, 50 flat protections has much bigger value at 5-minute mark than it has as 10-minute mark, alright? And they play game mode that is designed around snowballing and they don't understand that. I'm Arena, I mostly played Arena and know about these things, because I actually didn't ignore my competition for years and call myself the best just for no reason. I actually worked on myself to be the best. That's the difference. You have Rajin, let's see, I don't know, like his build, I don't know man, like I don't know what to think about this build. It's okay, but our items are usually like Pitoger and Peace, like this is what you do in Assault or an Arena. In Conquest you're not really grouped up enough to even get value out of these items, you know? So I don't know. And you have a lot of these smartest guys who are always full of it. That's the one of the problem with pro players. They're not even that good. They're just ignorant. That's the problem. They know they got handpicked and they still call themselves world champions, right? And then now they got world champions and they think they are one of the best, even though they have been sleeping on 70% of their competition for years now. But now, because they got success so quickly, that boosts their ego, not actually their own character. You know, that's the problem. That's why even their builds are so outdated. A lot of these games, you barely see any good support builds, right? I mean, this guy is calling himself world champions. Yeah, his support build is totally outdated. And it's a fact. I don't even need to see him play. I just checked his build. He didn't buy Shon Kuzari. He didn't buy any cooldown. Like, I don't understand. Maybe he could go fucking hard for Tomulit, even though it's a bad item. And what you wanna do on guys like Athena or Cerberus is that you go Sentinel's Gift into Stone of Binding, and then you go like, I don't know, Vel or Shogun or whatever, you know. Maybe Witchblade if you play against 3 physicals, you know. If you have 2 mages in your team, you go Void Stone above them, you know. Things like that. This is how you win your games. You can go Winged Blade, so you can play more aggressively. Even if you get caught out of position, you can still escape and be a moving ward for your team, moving pressure. That's what you need to be as a support. You have to be a good shot caller, you know. You have always the same guys. How can you have same guys 5 years in a row and call yourself the best? That's what really pisses me off about SMITE Pro League. It's the same in Dota, it's the same in League of Legends. That's why esports has been dying for years now. And you barely any watches you anymore. Because why would I? These guys are not best of the best, they're handpicked. So who cares, you know? And then you have countless of passionate players all around the world who will kill for such opportunity. Man. And then you wonder why your game has been dying. And you ignored arena fans, you ignored EU fans, you ignored international fans. And then you handpick all your players. And you waste money on these salaries, on these guys who are not even the best. Who didn't even earn it. You know? Like, Jesus Christ, man. And learn how to finish your games, man. That's why you need a good support, good shot caller with Shogun Kuzari to learn how to finish your games, to get objectives faster. You guys just play too slow. You guys always call yourself the best, yet you don't even need to know how to build properly. You build all these slow items, and then yeah, we are pro players, we play more slow. What's the mentality, man? It's the game modes are designed around snowballing. You have to fight for objectives. You have to buy Shogun Kuzari to win your games. You have to counter build. Like, you guys need to play some arena or something to learn about counter building or something. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so now in this we have 3 physicals, and we also have 3 physicals here, right? No. We actually don't. We only have 2 physicals here. 2 physicals, you know, and so why are you going Spectral Rush on fucking Sobek so soon? I don't understand. You could go Shogun, you could go Valor for cooldown, you could go Stone of Binding, right? I mean, this guy, Genetics in this game, he did well. He went Spectral because they had like 1, 2, 3 physical gods, 2 AD carries that's gonna buy crit. Of course it's good then, you know? Like, you have to adopt, you have to learn the game. That's the beauty of it, you know? So let me know what you guys think about this, and see you in the next one. Peace. Oh my god, what is this Rajin solo build? What is this fucking solo or troll build? Why would you buy Sovereignty so late in the game? What are you doing, my bro? Why would you ever buy Genji Guard over Shogun Kuzari? Jesus Christ, man. And these guys have balls to call themselves world champions. What a joke.